quality, crafted by us, where ideas become reality. Crafted by us, just grab this opportunity in this community. Crafted by us, yeah, in this community. Crafted by us.
Hi, welcome to the 7th installment of our 12 Days of Christmas series. I'm Michelle Johnson of Crafted by Us, and today I would like to show you how to make this scarf. It's not cold in here, but this scarf is really nice to wear on cold days, and it's super easy to make, so I'm excited to share it with you today. So I just have for you these two scarves, and believe it or not, they're both the same. And I wanted to show you why I like these. It has this nice stitch in the middle. And what I've used here is this really bulky yarn by Brown Sheep, and I'll post a link, or I'll put the information on my website at www.craftedby.us if you're interested in the type of yarn I used. So this, I just want to show you, this is the same, these are exactly the same yarns. This is used, this was made with this N hook, and then this one was made with this giant hook. I want to say it's a Q, but I'm not sure. There's no marking on it. It's big. So this is an N, and you can see what it does, and this is the giant one. Now, when I start this one, I chained, I chained 115. So this is 115 stitches long. This one is 75. So that, and they both kind of are about the same length in the end. So I just want to let you know that to start with. This one 115, this one 75. There's no exact science to this, so if you want it longer, just keep crocheting and making it longer, okay? So the first thing you need to do, I'm going to, let's see, I'm going to use this yarn right here that I've got ready, and I'm going to use this hook. And basically what you want to do is you're going to chain stitch loosely chain stitch, okay? With this one, if I wanted it longer, I could do more than 115, but let's just say 115. And in this case, just so I can show you how this works, I'm just going to do 15, okay? So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, okay? So let's pretend I have 115 instead of 15. Now what I want to do is I want to go back this direction on my chain, and I'm going to go in this top loop here, okay? So I'm going in the top loop of the chain, and I'm going to double crochet all the way back. And to do that, I'm at 15 stitches here. Now I need to chain 3. 1, 2, 3. And then this is going to count as my first double crochet. Okay? So here's 15 or 115, however you're doing it. This is 3. This counts as my first double crochet, which normally, if I was, double crocheting, would go in this hole. So I'm going to skip this one and go back to this loop, which would be the 114th loop, okay? So I'm going to wrap my yarn around my hook, and then I'm going to place it in the top loop of my chain, and then I'm going to wrap it around the yarn again, and I'm going to pull it through like this, and then I'm going to wrap and pull through, and wrap and pull through, okay? So there we go. I'm not an expert crocheter, and I have had numerous people tell me I'm holding my hook and my thread or my yarn and all that wrong. So, I just have to say that up front so you guys don't email me and tell me. but this is just the way I do it. So I'm going to wrap this around, go through my back loop, draw my yarn through, wrap it around, pull it through 2 loops, wrap it around, pull it through another loop, okay? And I'm going to continue this way until I have the entire row done. All right. While I'm doing this stitch, I got to thinking about it. What I'm doing is not a double crochet, and it's not a triple crochet. I'm not quite sure what it is. Maybe it's something I just made up, but whatever it is, it works for me. So let me show you again what I'm doing. I'm wrapping the yarn around my hook. I'm going through the back loop. I'm pulling it through once, wrapping it around again, pulling it through twice, wrapping it around again, and pulling it through 2 more loops, okay? One more time. I'm wrapping it around, I'm going through the back loop, I'm wrapping it, and I'm pulling it through just the back loop. And I'm wrapping it, and I'm pulling it through 2 loops, wrapping it, pulling it through 2 loops. It's really, really easy, so maybe that's why I made it up, because I like easy things. So I'm down here at the end. Now I want to chain 3, so there's 1, 2, 3, and I'm going to turn, and now I'm going to, this time, I'm skipping this stitch right here because this is my first stitch. My chain is my first stitch, see this? Okay, that's my first stitch, so I'm skipping it, this first place, and I'm going to do the same stitch that I've been doing, and I'm going through both loops of the stitch. Can you see that? Okay, I'm going through both loops, and I'm going to do the same stitch I've been doing, so this is really easy. And then once it's done, I'm going to chain 1. I'm going to skip this next stitch and do my stitch I've been doing through the next spot, okay? So now we're doing the same stitch we've been doing, but this time we're doing it in every other spot, so we can create this gap right here. And to make up for that gap, we need to just do a slip stitch like that, okay? So skipping my stitch and going into the next space like this, making my stitch, slip stitch, and then going in and doing this, okay? So then you're going to do this all the way down. So it will look like that. Now I've come to the end, and this is my stitch here, so I'm going to treat this as, this is the chain from that row that when we turned, and I'm just going to treat it as a spot to crochet, and I'm going to put my hook through the top stitch of that chain, that 3 chain that we did, okay? And then I'm going to just do a stitch here like this. And now I'm going to chain 3, and I'm going to turn it, and remember the same stitch we've been doing, nothing's changing. We're going to work that same stitch. Remember, you have to skip this though, right? Because this chain we just did takes the place of this first stitch, so skipping that one, going into the next one, we're doing the same stitch we've been doing the entire time all the way across through every space this time, okay? We're not skipping any like we did the last row. And you'll find that where you did the slip stitch is a little tight, but it's still easy enough. Okay. So as you work your way along, then you will have something that looks like this, okay? So work all the way down your 115 or 80 or whatever you've got going on, okay? Alright, so I've worked all the way back down, and now I'm almost done. But what I want to do now is turn this, and then we are just going to, through the, okay, so if it's facing you, this is the front loop, and then there's the back loop, right? we are going to work a slip stitch through the front loop of the entire length of this to give it a little bit of balance, because we worked through one of the loops on the bottom instead of two, okay? So I'm just going in the front loop, putting in my hook, pulling my yarn through both, just like this. This is really, really quick. Through the front loop, pulling my yarn through both. Through the front loop, pulling this yarn through both, okay? And then when you're, this is kind of what it'll, a little blurry, sorry, look like there. So work your way all the way down doing that. Okay, so once you've worked all the way down, you're almost done. Let me grab this one that I have over here that I've been working on. Now's a good time to grab your scarf and wrap it around your neck the way you're going to wear it, and see if it's long enough. And if it's not, now you can add length. Okay, I'm going to pull this out because I'm going to use it. Now that we've finished up our scarf, I've got one here. We need to wrap it around your neck and figure out how long you want it. And then it's a good time to add length now. So let's say I wanted it this much longer. I would get some yarn and measure out probably at least, I would do at least 6 of these on each side. And basically what you're going to do is you're just going to loop this through and then cinch it up. So let me show you. You put your hook through the end of your scarf, fold your yarn in half so you have a loop. You're going to pull this through, and then with your fingers, like this, you're just going to put the ends of your yarn through, and then just pull it nice and snug. Okay, here's another one. And pull it through, and there you go. Okay, so you can see this has some on there. I would go and add more so that it looks nice and full like this one. Okay, and then when you're done, you're just going to get a pair of scissors and trim the end up so that they're relatively even and it looks nice and finished.
Crafted by us, a show with commonality. Crafted by us, where ideas become reality. Crafted by us, just grab this opportunity.